fucking calling me right now? Really? I'm in the middle of something. I'm in the middle of something. God damn it. Hello? I told you that I'm gonna be doing something right now. Ya empezó. Jesus Christ, and you're calling me in the middle of this thing. I love you.
This is a message to Matt, our editor. Can we leave this in?
We need to keep this footage.
This is a message to Matt. Can we please keep this in? This is amazing.
Blooper reel! Blooper reel right there.
Yeah, exactly. We do like a blooper reel at the end of the year. That needs to be in it.
That's a blooper reel, bro. Shit.
No, can I just say, this match officially derailed quicker than the team match did. This is actually derailed quicker than that match. I didn't think that was possible.
We didn't even start arguing and we're already derailed. This is amazing.
Because somebody had to fucking call me, man. Really? And it had to be my fucking grandmother.
All right, let's well, even if Matt, please God, keep this in. Hey everybody, Aaron here from Movie Battleground, excited to bring you a brand new match. We have two competitors who unfortunately in their first match lost both times round, and now they are here to redeem themselves and get a win versus their opponent. We are going to start off first by introducing, well, let's face it, he might have given us the best and yet worst fight we've ever seen in Movie Battleground history. To be fair, it's not that long a history, but it's history. Brian Fernandez. Brian, how are you doing, man? Perfect. Perfect. Alrighty then. And his opponent, he unfortunately suffered a loss against Greg in his first match, but he's here to redeem himself today. Chance Ellison. Chance, how you doing?
And yeah, that was a bitter loss to Greg, but I'm back. Been studying game film. I'm more focused, and I'm ready to dominate this match.
All right, and hopefully we have some questions that are better suited for you guys in this match.
I think we do. I like these questions better than my last questions.
Well, that's good. All right, let's go and get on with it. And just in case, if you guys don't know the way the game works, we're going to have 4 main rounds where we have 4 questions. Each of these guys have picked to answer, and they're going to argue. If the game ends 3-1 or 2-2, we're going to go into the speed round, where there will be a maximum of 3 questions. They're going to get told the question on the spot. They got to pick the answer, and they have a limited amount of time to argue. If the game ends 4-0 in either player's direction, that is a knockout. That's exactly what it sounds like. The winner has a knockout on their record, and the loser, well, it hurts. Damn it! That was only slightly better. You're
gonna end up being butthurt by the end.
I was doing really good with that, and then I fell off right at the end.
You'll get it. You'll get it eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually, it's still better than the last match I recorded. It's still better than that one. That fell apart just as quick as this match did. So, all right. Let's go ahead and get into it with question number 1. Batman is one of the biggest comic book to movie characters we have out there. So many different versions, so many different styles of film that he's had, and so many different actors. And so we thought, let's ask a classic fun question. Who has been the best cinematic Batman? And with that said, Brian is going to start this match. Brian, your answer. Who has been the best cinematic Batman? Opening statements.
Okay, I mean, this is pretty much going to be the back and forth of, which is actually the best. The real question should actually be who is the best Bruce Wayne. Who actually eventually turns into Batman, because they're both in the same. So my pick is Christian Bale, and the reason why I picked Christian Bale was because not only does he portray Bruce Wayne so very well, the Batman sequences in the movie are always what you want to see. It's not like the cheesy 1989 version of Batman that we saw before with Michael Keaton. Where yes, everything is just so, hey, look at me, boom. It's dated, and I'll tell you that it's dated. If you want to see a gritty version of Batman, a grounded version of him, you have to watch the Christian Bale trilogy, the Christopher Nolan trilogy of Batman, because every single movie just gets better and better. And I do have to say, Dark Knight Rises is an underappreciated movie. Okay? It's an underappreciated movie. And it closed out the trilogy perfectly.
All right, that's fair. Chance, go ahead and give your opening statements. Who has been the best cinematic Batman?
Well, speaking of Batman '89, my pick is Michael Keaton.
Of course!
Looking over all the cinematic Batman, a lot of them are really divisive. But, one Batman that everybody can unite behind is Michael Keaton. In the late 80s, his casting did stir up some controversy. But when Batman '89 came out, that was quickly silenced. Michael Keaton, he was suave, he was cool, he was mysterious, he was dark, and he was everything you could ask for in a good Batman.
All right, good opening statements on both of you guys. So because this is the first battle of the match, we're going to have 6 minutes on the clock to argue it out. Time starts now. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll let you go first, bro.
First thing about Michael Keaton was that it was just a one and done for him. Christian Bale actually progressed through the movies. Okay, the character of Bruce Wayne and the character of Batman was explored into 3 movies, which was explored perfectly by Christopher Nolan. Okay, and the only thing there was that we only got to see one version of one good version of Michael Keaton's Batman, and then the other movies ended up being crap. We didn't get to see much exploration of Bruce Wayne or Batman in 1989 Batman. We got to see it in this trilogy with Christopher Nolan directing it, and he directed it so beautifully that we got to feel for what Bruce Wayne was going through. We felt for what he was going through when he went against the Joker, when he went up against Scarecrow, when he went up against Bane. He was getting his ass kicked against Bane, and we still cared for him when he was in that underground prison. We felt for Bruce Wayne and Batman together. We didn't feel for Bruce Wayne or Batman in 1989 because he wanted to freaking hook up with Selena Kyle. Really? The hell is that, man? We didn't get any kind of exploration.
You know what that is, Brian? You know what that is? That is classic comic book portrayal. The Batman-Catwoman relationship that's a great throwback to the comics, but I want to touch on Bale real quick. You say they explore Bruce Wayne really well in those Nolan's Batman movies. That is bullshit, okay? He is never the most interesting part. He is never the most interesting part of those movies. It's always the villains and the things going on around him. Dark Knight Rises, he's in the movie for maybe a half hour and focus on the movie. He's always getting the short trip to something else. Now, I want to talk about Michael Keaton. You talk about realism in the Nolan franchise. I think this is a more realistic portrayal of Bruce Wayne. Think about it. No, listen to me. Listen to me. Hey, when you're a child, you're not going to go off and become a ninja. You're going to grow up and you're going to be super weird and super introverted. And that's what we got from Michael Keaton. We got the more realistic portrayal of Bruce Wayne in the somehow more comic booky version of Batman. He has great chemistry with everyone, unlike Bale, who has great chemistry with 2 people and shit chemistry with everybody else. And also, this is the best blend of Bruce Wayne and Batman we've ever seen on film, as opposed to Christian Bale, who was a pretty good Batman, but he's an absolutely boring Bruce Wayne.
No, he's not. The Bruce Wayne character of Christian Bale.
Every time Bruce Wayne
is not boring. It is not boring. Okay?
Every time Bruce Wayne is in those movies, he looks bored. He's got 2 French models who are flexible in 9 different positions, and he doesn't look interested at all. He's always hung over Maggie Gyllenhaal or Katie Holmes.
And you think just because of one line from Batman '89, come on, you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. You really think that's the best line from the entire movie? Give me a break, bro. Every single moment from Bruce Wayne is incredible in freaking.
I can't remember one Bruce Wayne moment in the Dark Knight trilogy. I cannot remember one.
You cannot remember one. Gee,
No,
I can remember a bunch of different moments from the villains. Yes, I will tell you that. But guess what? Let me tell you.
Bruce Wayne moment from Dark Knight trilogy.
Let's also explore this. The villains in the movie. Batman '89. It had.
We're not talking about the villains. We're not talking about the villains. It's about the Batman.
Okay. You know what? We can. You know what? We can explore around this, can we? Can we explore around the Batman character? Aaron.
What are you asking? What are you asking?
Can we also explore the world around the trilogy movies? For Batman and Bruce Wayne?
If it directly affects the portrayal of Batman, then yes, but the question is best cinematic Batman. So we're focusing mostly on the Batman character and the portrayal of the actor of Batman.
Okay.
So unless it's the interaction with the other characters,
I do have to bring this in. Okay.
Okay, then you can give the argument whether or not
the Joker character and Bane character, going up against Batman, they both messed with Batman's mind psychologically. Okay, and do you really think that the villain in Batman '89 psychologically fucked with Batman? No, he did not.
Absolutely.
They did not.
Yes, because
the Joker was continuously playing with Batman's mind every single time, and he was getting in his mind. Bane as well. Bane was also fucking with his mind. Because guess what? He wanted to terrorize Gotham. Both of them wanted to terrorize Gotham. And even freaking Crane, man, Scarecrow wanted to freaking terrorize Gotham. All three of them got into their minds. And let's talk about this. Let's talk about this, the ninja aspect of it, of Bruce Wayne going, learning everything. We wanted to know everything about fucking Bruce Wayne, what he went through. We cared about that, even when he was going through the League of Shadows, even when he was recruited by Ra's al Ghul or Ra's al Ghul, however you want to fucking call him. We can do pronunciations later. When we learned about that with Liam Neeson's character in Batman Begins, we really cared about what Batman was going through, Bruce Wayne was going through, because he wanted to know how he can physically become a symbol. Michael Keaton did not do that in freaking Batman '89. He did not become a signal. He just became a guy wearing a freaking cape and a Batman in a costume. That's it. We didn't get any exploration in about 2 hours. We got exploration in about almost 8 hours of movie time.
We did not, because
Bruce Wayne. We only got 2 hours.
Hardly any time in that trilogy was devoted to Batman character development. It just wasn't. Batman was like a prop in that movie. I want to talk about, the actual character of Batman.
Okay. So just you guys, Chance, just that is time on the argument. So you guys are each going to get your closing arguments. Brian, you were up first for closing. So then, Chance, you can wrap what you want to say into it.
I'll let him go.
You want to let him go first? All right, Chance, go ahead and go first.
Okay, I want to talk about the portrayal of Batman, solely the portrayal of Batman. Michael Keaton, first of all, like I said, he's the perfect blend of Bruce Wayne and Batman. You can buy him as that suave billionaire, and you can buy him as the hero in the night. But he's also a better Batman than Christian Bale also. He's a much smarter Batman. He's a much more tactical Batman. There's a great scene in the '89 Batman movie where, he shoots the bat claw at a bad guy. And he's like, he missed. And he's like, no, he didn't. He was aiming for the wall, and he pulled it down on him. That demonstrates that, he's a better character. He's smart. He knows what to do. He's always 3 steps ahead. Unlike the Christian Bale Batman, first of all, he's a clunky fighter. Those fight scenes in the Christopher Nolan Batman movies are always the worst parts of those. And also, he's a totally contradictory character because, he's like, oh, I'm so anti-kill. But yet he murdered Two-Face, and he also let Ra's al Ghul die. And don't even say that the train murdered him, because not saving somebody is the same thing as killing them.
Okay. All right.
Is that your closing?
Okay. Okay.
Wait, can I make one more point real quick?
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, like I kind of harped on before, Christian Bale as Batman is never the most interesting part of those Dark Knight movies. He gets short shrift in movies. He gets short shrift and he gets overshadowed in movies where he's the main character. Michael Keaton, he doesn't. That first Batman movie, it may as well be the Joker movie, but he's still a standout. And in Batman Returns, he is the sole focus of that film. Michael Keaton stands out in movies where he's not the focus. Christian Bale gets overshadowed in his own movies.
Okay,
All right.
here's my closing argument. All right, give me 1 second. All right. Okay, here's my closing argument for you, Chance. If you want to talk about a Batman character that combines detective skills, and if you want to include somebody who's had better villains than the 1989
Villains don't matter. We're only talking about the character of Batman.
I will put on that purge mask and I will scare the living shit out of you and I will terrorize you in your fucking nightmare. Jesus Christ.
Ryan, stay focused.
Stay focused, buddy.
Detective work of Batman. I forgot to mention about that, which, yes, we got to see very little moments of detective work from Batman. But guess what? They actually mattered. They were part of the Bruce Wayne and Batman character. Bruce Wayne was not clunky. And yes, he may have been dull, but guess what? We still felt for him when his love for Rachel, when he kept on going through these movies. Okay, the third movie was just an unbelievable point of view from Bruce Wayne because we saw a broken Bruce Wayne and we saw a broken Batman. We saw a broken Bruce Wayne and a broken Batman, and not to mention, everything all together works very cohesively because if you have a broken Bruce Wayne and if you have a resourceful Bruce Wayne like freaking Christian Bale, then you're gonna have a stronger. That's a blooper reel right there. I don't know what the hell happened to my throat there, but anyways, if you want to see a broken Bruce Wayne and a strong Batman together, that's how you do it. That's how you combine a character. And I will mention one more point, Aaron. One more point.
Okay.
1989 Batman is dated.
Oh.
Christian Bale version of Batman is the new Batman that everybody wants to see, that everybody wants to explore. Boom!
All right.
I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say.
It is fucking dated. You can't tell me that it's not dated.
You don't think in 20. You don't think in like 40 years.
Dated.
Shut up, Ryan. You don't think in 40 years the Dark Knight trilogy won't be dated?
It's not gonna be dated. Are you kidding me? It's not gonna be fucking dated.
But I think that's. Well, you know what? Argument's over, so I'm just gonna stop talking.
I gotta love the passion though. This is amazing. Good argument on both guys, but when I'm just looking at points, the points that the points that were proven that I was able to pull out of that fight, Chance had less hits against his choice, and he was able to put up more defenses for his choice. So just statistically, I got to give it to Chance on that one.
What the fuck,
and
man?
also,
Really? Bro.
And also, counting down points that actually were valid to the argument, and I can call them out here if you'd like me to, but Chance had more against his, and I think he got more defenses for his, and I think he got more valid hitbacks against yours than you did against his.
I hit him back really fucking hard, okay? I hit him back with actual shit that people want to fucking hear, and this is shit that people really want to know more about Batman. And this
Stop
is
fighting the Jets, Brian.
It's
right. Okay, but the problem is saying that the thing is dated, that's not necessarily on the performance, that is on the way the movie is made. Because I agree with you, it is dated, but that's more on the film. That is not on his performance.
All right, fine. 1-0, 1-0 for fucking Chance. Good for you.
People still love 89. People still love Batman 89, even though it is dated. That doesn't matter.
Fucking A.
All right. So, ready to keep going?
Yeah, we're moving on to question number 2. I am loving this fight already. We're moving on to question number 2. And, well, I never found a good way to word this question, so let's butcher this one hard.
Can I help you out? Can I help you out?
What do you got? Go ahead.
The way I worded it was best sequel to come out 10 years or more after the original.
And I can't think of something that fucking simple. Yeah, for the graphic card, just write what he said. Say that again.
Best sequel to come out 10 years or more after the original.
And that's the perfect way to word it. We're going to go ahead and start with Chance first on this one. Chance, go ahead and give me your answer.
Give me a second. I'm sending a text.
Okay, Brian, we'll go first then.
Okay. Jesus Christ. I picked Jurassic World. Yes, Jurassic World, ladies and gentlemen. It is a fun popcorn movie that everybody wants to see about dinosaurs. Seriously. It is I will tell you this. In my opinion, I loved it as a popcorn movie, as a fun movie to watch. You know, if you're at the movie theaters or if it's raining, whatever, it's a fun movie to watch. It has decent characters and decent acting in the movie, but guess what? You want to watch it for the dinosaurs, and that's what you really want to watch it for. You know, and even with this new dinosaur that's there, I mean, it seemed interesting at first when you saw it, you know, being promoted, but in the actuality of the movie, I mean, you gotta give it to freaking Colin Trevorrow, man, for making a decent movie, you know, a fun, decent movie to watch. And I was thoroughly entertained by it. And not only that, it also has nods to the original version of Jurassic Park as well. You know, when you get to see, the original Jurassic Park there. You know, the entrance, the building of Jurassic Park that John Hammond built. And even with the banner still on the floor, you get nods to the original movie. And even with the binoculars, you know, that the little kid is looking at in the movie, you get nods to the original one. And not only that, you get to see, you know, John Hammond's like future of what Jurassic Park would have been right now. May he rest in peace.
All right, Chance, go ahead and give your opening.
Okay. You know, I almost took Toy Story 3 for this argument, but then I realized the correct answer Road. This is a movie. I'll wait till you stop laughing.
Was that Goofy?
I think it was Goofy. But let me get
Goofy.
I can do a pretty good. I can do a good Goofy if you want me to, but
can you?
you know.
All right, let's let Chance do his opening.
Okay. This is a movie that George Miller was trying to get off the ground since the 90s. But it kept getting delayed, kept having problems. At one point, it was going to be a CGI animated movie. But, you know, George Miller kept pushing. And, you know, he got it done. But people didn't have high hopes for it because people didn't care about Mad Max. Then the trailer came out, and people were like, oh, that looks pretty cool. But, it ain't going to be that cool. Then it came out. And not only did it see our expectations, them the fuck up. It not only was it a great movie, but it was the best movie of that year. This movie works on every single level. It's gorgeous. It has a great story, and it's unlike anything I've ever seen, and many other people have ever seen before in a movie.
All right, and with that for an opening statement, guys, 5 minutes on the clock to argue it out. Best sequel that came 10 years later. Guess I'm gonna get Mad Max Fury Road versus Jurassic World. Go ahead.
You know, Brian, I don't have to argue because you made my argument for me. Like, I'm looking at your opening points. You said it's fun. It's got decent characters. It's got decent acting. It's seemed interesting. It's decent. Whereas opposed to my movie, let's talk about each individual element. Let's talk about the visuals. This movie is gorgeous. It's gorgeously directed. It's well shot. It's a visual marvel. And now let's talk about the action. The action in this movie makes this the best action movie of this decade. And also, let's talk about the characters. This movie says so much while not saying much at all. Like, you don't know much about these characters, but you learn things just by their acting and their expressions and the visual work. Like, this is a movie, it's a masterpiece. And it's going to be remembered far more fondly than Jurassic World will.
You see, I will agree with you that, yes, character-wise was there, and action-wise is there. but it's a long freaking car chase, you know, from beginning to end. And do you really want to be entertained by a long freaking car chase that's got nonstop jump cuts everywhere? You know, that reminds me of freaking Transformers with all the jump cuts. Here's the thing.
Oh, totally.
Jurassic World.
Transformers.
No. Fuck out. Jurassic World, in my and this is everybody's opinion, okay? Jurassic World, yes. Visually, with the dinosaurs, you want to see the movie because of the fucking dinosaurs. You don't want to see the movie for the characters. You want to see it for the fucking dinosaurs, to see what they're going to be doing with the dinosaurs. But guess what? We didn't really expect to see a Jurassic Park movie coming out, you know, after Jurassic Park 3.
And we didn't expect
God bless its soul. God bless its soul. I watch it as it's a guilty movie pleasure. I admit it's a guilty fucking movie pleasure. Fuck you if you don't agree. But the one thing about this movie is that yes, you know, it's a fun movie and it has decent acting. I will say that, and I did mention that. But I will tell you this: if you want those hidden Easter eggs of the original movie, then you can watch this movie. You don't have to see the original one to know about Jurassic Park at all. You don't have to see the original one to know about Jurassic World. Really, you don't. Chris, and I'll tell you this.
That scene means nothing to you if you haven't seen the original Jurassic Park.
But guess what? For those people who have not seen the original Jurassic Park, and
they're saying that they're going like, "What's happening?"
They see this movie. They're gonna be interested in finding out. Hey, look, Mom. Did you know about this hidden Easter egg in the movie? They're gonna be like, yes. That's from the original Jurassic Park movie. They're gonna show their kids. How would someone who hasn't
seen Jurassic Park know what an Easter egg for what it is? Like
this, but let me tell you this. Mad Max Fury Road pissed me off, and it's an overrated movie. It's an overrated piece of shit. Fuck you for that. It's an overrated piece of crap. Jurassic World has rewatchability. It has rewatchability. Mad Max Fury Road only has rewatchability if you want to do nothing else. Okay, it is an overrated piece of crap. Jurassic World is a fun, entertaining movie. Yes, stupid characters and stupid dialogue, but it's fun as hell.
Okay, Brian, I respect you as an individual, but your point that Mad Max is an overrated piece of shit is...
You want to fight me? You want to fight me on that?
Bullshit. Now, first of all, let me attack Jurassic World real quick. I'll admit, it's a fun movie. It was a good idea. It was a good idea that was fumbled in execution. But yeah, like you said, like it had decent character. Every character in that movie is either a cartoon or underdeveloped. The plot is really incoherent when there's not too many plot lines going all around. One memorable scene was the dinosaurs fighting, but there's like 8 or 9 memorable scenes in Mad Max Fury Road. Also,
name me one good scene from that fucking movie. Name me one good scene.
The scene with the stilts where they're all trying to go in and grab the wires from that car, from that giant rig. There's also a scene where Furiosa tells Max to drive the truck, and they're all getting shot at in that canyon. The scene where, spoiler alert, where Nux dies. That's a beautiful visual. Witness me. Come on. Also, I will say.
All right, and just so you know, that is time on the fight. You guys are going to each get one more opportunity to finish off your argument. Brian, you are going first on this one.
Go ahead with your closing.
Okay, yes, closing arguments. Okay. Jurassic World is a fun, entertaining movie. Mad Max Fury Road is just nothing but a nonstop car ride throughout the entire thing, and it's filled with jump cuts galore. You do not care about the freaking characters because you don't even know who the freaking characters are. In Jurassic World, you get to see all these characters, you get to know all these characters, but guess what? You also get the question about who these characters could probably be related to, and if you saw the original one, what did John Hammond's legacy of Jurassic Park look like in the future? We got to see that as well. And not only that, we get to see Jurassic World Part 2 coming out in next year or 2019. We know
Next year.
And guess what? We get to see even more of what we wanted to see from Jurassic Park. Because guess what? We want to see more dinosaurs. We want to see actual characters be explored than watching freaking ladies in the back seat of a car. We get to see a lady with a freaking robotic arm just going nee. I got a fucked up arm with a robotic, really, you know. And we get to see freaking Tom, you know, a wasted Tom Hardy. He was wasted in the movie.
Okay. Before I start my closing, let me ask you, Brian. Tell me something about any character in Jurassic World, and it can't be like what they do. Tell me who they are as people.
People?
Like Chris Pratt's character. Who is he? What's he like?
Okay, I could tell you that his legacy, his freaking arc. You probably haven't noticed this, but this is an actual Easter egg. Okay, you know that fat kid. You know that fat kid that was in the beginning of Jurassic.
He is not the fat kid from Jurassic Park.
You do not know that.
Yes, we do.
You do not know that.
Okay. I want to do my close.
Guess what? The female actress there. You don't know whether she's actually John Hammond's granddaughter. You don't know that. You don't know whether she's actually the girl from Jurassic Park. You don't know that. So we get to find out in Jurassic World Part 2.
But Chance, or not Chance, sorry,
Yeah.
Brian, can you answer Chance's question?
Can you tell me anything about these characters?
Do I know anything about them?
And like anything definitive, like who are they as people? Like tell someone who has never heard of Jurassic Park or the Jurassic Park franchise who these characters are.
Okay, I could tell you that they're very awesome people, that they are very cool. But
All right, Chance, let's have you answer your. Let's have
Okay.
you answer your own question in your closing. Go ahead.
My closing argument. Okay, so Jurassic World, yes, it's a dumb, fun, runaway from dinosaurs movie. Mad Max Fury Road transcends just being an action movie, and it becomes something else. It's an experience. It's a ride. It's the language of film at its most basic. This was a bigger hit than anybody could have imagined. It has a 97% on Rotten Tomatoes, 10 Oscar nominations, including Best Picture. It reignited the spark in a franchise that has been dead for over 30 years. Also, I can tell you about the best character in all these movies put together, Furiosa. You learn more about this character than any character in Jurassic World. She barely says anything. You can tell that she is a character who has done horrible things, has probably had horrible things done to her, but she has a driving force that is her mission. That's something you learn about this character. You learn more about these characters in Mad Max Fury Road without hardly saying anything. Mad Max Fury Road is a movie that is destined to become a classic and will be remembered more fondly than Jurassic World ever will.
it ain't gonna be a fucking classic. And guess what? It's not a masterpiece. It's not a masterpiece of a movie. No, it's not.
All right. We definitely can't deny that there's no passion in this match. That was a good argument from both of you. Yeah, definitely. Again, another great round. Also, nothing really to fact check. Guess we can get into that. It's tough.
All right, Signor. Spit it out, Signor.
No. Listen. Because you guys did have a good back and forth the entire fight. You were pretty equal on points and hits against your film. And I hate doing it this way where it comes down to one specific point, but that throw at Chance at the last minute, that kind of does it for the argument. That was a good call because you did talk about early on about the characters in the film and that it had good characters. And then when he threw it to you asking about these characters, you really didn't give anything definitive about the characters. And unfortunately, that's what has to do it. When it comes to a close fight like that, it's the small things that take the victory, and that's what it is in this match. Yeah, that's going to do it. Chance gets the point. 2-0 to Chance. But definitely a good fight on both ends. It literally was that 1 point. That was a good pull by Chance at the end.
And I have to admit, Chance, I said that for the sake of the argument, but I secretly enjoy it. It's a guilty movie pleasure. I'll tell you that.
Jurassic Park 3?
No, guilty. No, that's definitely a guilty movie pleasure. Jurassic Park 3, but Mad Max Fury Road, it's a guilty movie pleasure.
There's no guilt. It's a great movie.
Yeah. See, I was gonna say,
for me, it's a guilty movie. For me, it's a guilty movie pleasure because, like, you know, it's a fun movie about driving around, you know, escaping from bad people. I mean, really, you know, I have never seen the other Mad Max movies, and I only saw this one, so I have no idea who the other fucking characters are. I was confused throughout the entire movie.
I don't believe none of the characters repeat in this movie except
nothing carries over from the other Mad Max movies.
Yeah, because you can basically watch each movie, and they're entirely separate films.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so you don't have to necessarily watch the other movies to understand it.
No, I mean, you can kind of trace the lineage from Road Warrior to Fury Road, but this looks nothing like Road Warrior.
All right.
Yeah, they're kind of all. I think the only thing that I can think of is because I know isn't it in the first one? It's like his wife and daughter are murdered.
Spoiler!
And I think,
Spoiler, dude.
Oh, my bad. I think that carries
Well, that
over.
happened earlier.
You gave me a chance to watch all the Mad Max movies, and guess what? Now you blew it out of there.
Were you gonna watch all of them? Were you gonna watch
that
all
happens early on. It happens early on, so you're still good.
Oh, hey, Ron. Which there was a bullshit match for our fucking thing, and there will be trivia. That was a bullshit thing. It was my fucking. Anyways, third question.
All right.
Third question.
Let's get into the next question, guys. So James Bond is a hot property right now. We obviously know the next film is coming at some point in the future, and we don't know whether or not Daniel Craig 100% is going to come back or not.
I think he is. I think he's confirmed at this point.
He's going to be coming back.
Is he confirmed?
I think so.
Yeah, he was
okay, because he's like he. Okay, that's fine. I didn't realize. I just know that the dude changes his mind so much. One day he loves it, the next he wants to kill himself before he ever does one.
As of right now, I think it's confirmed.
Okay, we'll see what happens tomorrow. But the one thing we do not have confirmed is who is directing this thing, because we know Fernandez is not coming back, and we don't have a director on the project yet. So I thought that'd make for a fun fight. So let's pitch it. Who should direct the next James Bond movie? And Chance, we're going to go ahead and let you go first on this one. Who should direct the next James Bond movie?
Yeah, okay. So, as we already said, like, this is, as of right now, Daniel Craig is coming back. And I put all my money on the fact that this is probably going to be his last one. And we want the guy to go out on a high note. I mean, he's given us 2 great Bond movies and 2 garbage ones, but he's 2 for 2. And I want to see him go out on a good note. So, let's bring in Rian Johnson. Rian Johnson is one of the most criminally underrated filmmakers working today. He's a guy who he's kind of like a chameleon director. He can like blend into anything you ask him to. And I think he has the right sensibility to send Daniel Craig off on that one great Bond movie that he really deserves, because he's honestly one of our best Bonds.
All right, and Brian, go ahead and give your opening statements.
Okay, Rian Johnson for me sounds like an interesting pick.
Thank you.
No, but I had to tell you, you know, if you want to make a good spy movie, you know, you have to have pizzazz. You need to have some gravitas with your movie making.
Thank you, John.
And you have to bring the spy movies back to reality, and that's what Matthew Vaughn did. Matthew Vaughn brought the spy movies back. Okay, Kingsman: The Secret Service was such an incredible film that is so underappreciated that people really need to watch it. And watching Kingsman: The Golden Circle, I actually loved it. I thought it was very underappreciated, and it really needs to be. And it really needs to be watched. It was. I will agree. I will say this. You know, Diane Lane in the movie, or who is it? Diane Keaton?
Diane Lane's not in the movie.
Julianne Moore.
Julianne Moore. My bad. Jesus Christ.
You must not have loved it that much. You didn't pay attention.
I got her confused for a second there, but
Yeah, all those.
Diane Lane is Martha Kent.
there you go. Okay.
All those redheads.
All right. Anyways, see, Julianne Moore in the movie was very dull and very, was just But as long as you have the characters there, you can make a very good Bond movie. And even with the action scenes, you can have incredible action sequences in the movie. You don't need to have a futuristic type of freaking Bond movie. You need to have the Bond movies be grounded, and you need to have it be fun. Like how Casino Royale was. It was a grounded Bond movie, and it was a very fun action entertainment. Skyfall was the same way. It was a fun action entertaining movie that was grounded as well. Now, Quantum of Solace, screw off. The last movie, Spectre, was criminally bad. And how do you waste Blofeld like that with such an iconic character? Seriously, an iconic actor. Really, how do you do that? You have to finish off with a high note, like Chance said, and you have to have Michael Bond.
Michael Bond.
Michael Vaughn. Oh yeah, Michael Vaughn. Oh yeah. You need to have Matthew Vaughn direct this movie. And Matthew Vaughn will just close off this Bond movie, this Bond franchise perfectly.
Okay. All right, awesome. With that, for the argument,
right.
Matthew Vaughn versus Ryan Johnson, who should be directing the next James Bond movie?
Okay. Ryan Johnson right now. Yeah, Ryan Johnson right now is busy with Star Wars, and he finished up Star Wars, so
the movie's done. He's not doing anything else.
Oh, he's not doing anything? What the fuck? First off, that fucking hurt. That hurt my head. Oh Christ. Okay. All right, ready? 3, 2.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Ow. I really hit my head, and this is wood, mind you. It's a wood table, but it hurts like
okay. I just decided to fact check for you. As of now, Ryan Johnson has no project scheduled after Last Jedi.
Okay.
Thank you, Aaron.
All right. So yeah, he's finishing up doing Star Wars right now, and he's doing post-production, whatever. So, I mean, I would say yes, Ryan Johnson could be a good fit, but guess what? There's too much sci-fi. There would be too much sci-fi for Bond. You don't want to have too much sci-fi for that. You want to have a James Bond that's gonna be really action packed. You want to have Matthew Vaughn direct it, and even with his style of directing, when he did Snatch, when he did
He did not direct Snatch.
He did not direct Snatch.
That was Guy Ritchie.
He did produce Snatch, but he did not direct it.
Okay, but I mean, fucking A, my brain's all over.
Well, don't hit your head on the table forward.
Yeah. And
Are you looking for the movie he did with Daniel Craig?
Yes, the one with Daniel Craig. Layer Cake. There we go. Okay. When you watch a movie like Layer Cake, and when you watch these movies like Kingsman, The Golden Circle, or Kingsman: The Secret Service, they are really fun, entertaining spy movies. That, guess what? It makes fun of the spy movies with the Kingsman: The Secret Service, because guess what? They have very fun nods to the Bond films, and they have very fun action scenes. Yes, Ryan Johnson did direct Looper, And I'll tell you this: Looper was an entertaining movie, but it's not my. But it's in my opinion, it's not a fun movie. Yes, it has great acting from both Bruce Willis and with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. But everything else just felt a little bit too sci-fi for me, and I don't want to see sci-fi with James Bond. I want to see it be grounded like it was with Skyfall and like it was with Casino Royale.
Okay. First of all, I want to touch on, so Steven Spielberg always wanted to make a Bond film. Then he got to make Indiana Jones, and that creative urge, he no longer had a passion for Bond. I feel like Matthew Vaughn is going to be the same situation. Like, he already has his spy movies. Like, he's already been there. He's already done that. And he's already kind of showing where, because Kingsman 2 was not as good as the first. I think, and, when I ask questions like this, I always think, like, Scorsese to direct The Avengers. No. Is it because he's not a great director? No, of course not. But he's wrong for the part. Matthew Vaughn has the wrong sensibilities for Bond. And yeah, like, you're right, he does lighten fun very well, but in this era of Bond, that doesn't work. He'd be a great director for Bond when it was in the 90s with Pierce Brosnan, but that doesn't work very well right now. Now, I want to talk about Rian Johnson. Severely undercutting him. He's done more than just sci-fi. Yeah, he had Looper, which was great, and one of my favorite movies of that year. But he also did something like Brick, which was a great neo-noir movie. And he also directed some of the best episodes of Breaking Bad. Which shows, like, he has, and Star Wars, it shows that he has experience working with big properties. So I think he can fit into Bond. Also, he's an actor's director. The problem with Spectre is that Daniel Craig was bored out of his mind. He did not want to be there. Rian Johnson got Bruce Willis to give a shit. So if anybody's going to bring Daniel Craig, make him bring his A game. So you want to say Kingsman is a grounded movie? In the first one, they had chips that made people go crazy. Like, that's not realistic.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
All right, just so you guys know, that is time on the fight, so it's going to go to final arguments.
Really?
Chance is going first.
That was quick.
What the hell was that, man?
Yeah, that was 5 minutes.
I paused within those moments because of a blooper reel, and you just continue the timing? What the hell?
Oh, my bad. I didn't realize you were trying to call a pause. I just kept the timer. Here, I'll give you guys an extra minute.
Okay.
All
right.
Go ahead.
So I do agree with you. Yes, the neo-noir movie that he did with
Brick.
Brick was
another point. If Rian Johnson came on, you could bring on Joseph Gordon-Levitt as the villain, because that's like his guy.
Oh, no! Give me a fucking break. No, I do not want to see Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I do not want to see Joseph Gordon-Levitt as a fucking.
Why? He's an awesome actor.
I don't want to see him as a villain. I mean, what is he going to be doing as a villain? Seriously, what is he going to do as a villain? Let's you know what? Let's go ahead and bring this around here for a second. Let's go ahead and pitch this for a second of what James Bond could be doing. Okay? Yes, it will continue.
All right, hold on. So, if you guys both agree that you want to do a pitch, then I'm going to call time, and the pitch is your final argument. Okay?
I can't prepare for the directors. I don't want to do a pitch.
I would love to do it. I will do it for my pitch.
And do that as a part of your final argument, okay?
I will do it for my closing argument.
All right, so we're going to start closing now. Chance, you're up.
All right.
Okay, so yes, Rian Johnson has not directed many movies, but every time he steps up to bat, he hits a home run. He's finally going to get some mainstream success with The Last Jedi, which I think is going to be fantastic. He's one of the best filmmakers working, and we want Daniel Craig's most likely final Bond film to be a great one. Let's bring in Rian Johnson to make that happen. And also, pointing against Matthew Vaughn, the thing that's most lackluster about all his movies are the villains. You cannot bring in somebody who can't do villains to do Bond, a franchise that is world-renowned for its villains.
Okay.
He's wrong.
With that, Brian.
He is wrong for this part.
All right. Matthew Vaughn. Okay, Matthew Vaughn. Yes, all his movies are fun They're all entertaining movies. They are really, really fantastic movies. Okay? While I do say very little of his movies are lackluster with villains, I forgot to bring up X-Men First Class. He brought the X-Men movies back to where it should be, where they should actually be known. Here's what I'm proposing for Matthew Vaughn to direct for Daniel Craig's last Bond film. That it is about 5 years later that Bond encountered Blofeld after the end of Spectre. Now, at this point, he is really, really tired of being with MI6, and he does not want to do any spy shit whatsoever.
Daniel Craig is tired of being in anything.
I mean, he's tired. He's tired of doing everything. He's tired of doing everything. He just wants to just lay low and just be a normal fucking human being. But once Blofeld just starts, psychologically bringing him back to what he should be doing and being a spy all over again, he encounters MI6. So that way MI6 can try to locate Blofeld and he can stop Blofeld. But guess what? There's also going to be more people coming back. There's also going to be Jaws. You remember Jaws, Chance? You remember Jaws?
I remember Jaws.
I would love to see Jaws in this movie, and I would love to see him portrayed very well. Not like Dave Bautista, because Dave Bautista was a waste of a fucking character in Spectre. He was there for only one. He was there for like 1 or 2 scenes, and then gone. I would love to see this last movie directed by Matthew Vaughn, and finalize this movie with Blofeld and James Bond going back at it, and they actually have to stop each other once and for all.
So you'd be bringing, just to clarify, you'd be bringing both Craig and Waltz back to play their characters.
Yes, both Craig and Waltz back, and I would cast a different person to play Jaws, but this time there's not going to be a Bond girl. So it will be the first time that
you
do not
just
see a
lost
Bond
right
girl.
there. You cannot do Bond without the girls.
So you're saying that because I stuff, because if we're making a sequel, we got to be in reference. How does your movie start?
Okay, so it starts 5 years later, and it starts with Blofeld, and his society there with Spectre, and he reunites everybody from Spectre, and they end up having a meeting and talking about what happened from the final moment of Spectre from the movie. And they said that they have to locate Bond, and they have to try to kill him. So everything is going to have to be around killing Bond, because he already destroyed the original house there. So now Blofeld brings in more people, and they bring in and Jaws is there as his sidekick, and they have to kill Bond. So that's how it starts.
Can I pitch something real quick before we call this?
Oh crap!
All right, that's fair. I just gotta question Brian a bit here. Okay, does Bond start the movie as a part of MI6, or is he brought out of retirement?
No, he's brought out of retirement. He's brought right out of retirement.
Because I'm just trying to clarify, because the way Spectre ends, Blofeld is arrested by MI6 and Bond leaves MI6. That's the implication of the ending of Spectre.
Yeah. Okay. He's right out of retirement, and he's trying to live life, like a normal person.
So he's in retirement in your movie.
So he's in retirement, and by the time that he's in retirement, he's just living a normal life and whatnot. But when he gets a call from from a random number saying that Blofeld escaped, and this was and he just knew about it 5 years later that Blofeld escaped.
Okay.
From MI6.
But here's my question for you.
Okay.
Is Vaughn sticking to the normal tone that his films bring, or is he sticking to the normal tone James Bond brings?
No, he's gonna stick to the tone with James Bond, with the Sam Mendes directed versions of it. So he's gonna stick to that tone.
Okay, and how does he? I'm only asking just for clarification.
He's gonna combine like the action style from his versions of it, from his versions of his movies, but yet the tone is gonna be there. So the action.
Okay, so he's gonna stick. So the tone is gonna stay grounded, but the action's gonna be a little more hyper violent, similar to what Kingsman brought.
Yes.
Now I get the direction of where you're going. Chance, you said you wanted to pitch, so I'll let you go ahead.
Yeah, before I start though, like that goes why I speak. Like those two styles don't mesh well together. But okay, I want to pitch my movie. So
they could fit well together.
Not really.
I'll count it valid because I can see where he's coming from. I can kind of get a picture in my head. Now you got to sell me. What's the better picture? What am I getting here?
Okay, here's my movie. So yeah, it's the same tone. As far as tone, think of like the tone he had in Brick and Looper. It's very grounded, it's very serious. This is a drama after all. Okay, so it starts very similar to his movie. Like Blofeld, he escapes MI6, but Bond does not get a call about it. No. What Blofeld does is something that we've never seen done in Bond, in this era of Bond before. We put him against somebody. We put Bond against somebody who can match him. Joseph Gordon-Levitt. We'll call him, I don't know. We'll call him Agent X for now. So yeah, Joseph. Way I describe this character, he's basically like the Nega Bond. He's just as badass. He's just as suave. He's like Bond if he was evil. So he hires this guy to find James Bond wherever he is. What I envision is probably on a coast somewhere, maybe in Costa Rica, because that's where he was in Skyfall. Somewhere tropical. So Agent X finds Bond, and then the girl he ran off with, Lita Seydoux, whose name I can't remember. Her name escapes me.
I have it up.
What's her name?
What's the character's name?
Madeline Swan. So he's with Madeline Swan. Agent X tracks him down, and you know what he does? He kills what was allegedly the love of his life, which also I did not buy in that movie. Which that's what drives James Bond back into MI6. He's like, he's driven by nothing in this movie but hardcore revenge. He's on a manhunt for both Agent X and Blofeld, and it's basically a whole cat and mouse game between him and Agent X and Blofeld to see who crumbles first. I'm not cashing in on cheap nostalgia. I am telling a good story with great direction and tone from Rian Johnson, which I think he can do with his sensibilities.
All right, here's what I'll do. I'll give you each one more chance to throw something into that pitch to just try and sway me. If you have anything to add. So, Brian, if you have anything to add to yours.
Okay, I'm trying to think of who could be a good version of Jaws.
Oh, I still want to help you out right now because I have a pick in my head, but I'm not.
I have a picture. I have a picture in my head too. Who I want it to be.
Who is it?
I'll let Chance go first.
So, Chance, do you have anything that you wanted to add to your pitch to like?
I think if we're going out on a high note for Bond, like this is something in this iteration that we've never seen before. We've never seen Bond go up against somebody who can match him. It's kind of like, you know, like in John Wick, Common was essentially another badass assassin. That's what added more stakes to John Wick. I feel like that's gonna have the same effect here. Not John Wick. James Bond is gonna have somebody who can go toe to toe with him, that he can't like outsmart, that he can't outwit, that he can't outpunch. It's gonna make for some very tense action, and I feel like Joseph Gordon-Levitt can do that, and I feel like Rian Johnson is gonna help bring the best out in everybody because he can do he's a very versatile director. He can really do just about anything. You can put him in like a gritty sci-fi or a neo-noir story or a freaking Star Wars movie, for God's sake. Give it to Rian Johnson. Let him make this movie.
All right, Brian, you got one more point there.
Okay, this may be out of left field, but I think a good actor who could probably do Jaws would have to be, and I'm gonna spitball this out here. Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy.
No.
Like I said, it's just spitball. I mean, it's just spitball, but I mean, whoever they could put in as Jaws. I mean, they could.
Is Jaws okay? Here's my question: is Jaws the same character he was in the original?
No, he's not. No,
So
he's
you're
not.
you're using the name for name. Okay.
So you're cashing on nostalgia, which my movie is not.
But
Okay.
But
Okay. So
I'm just saying, like, this is gonna be like a different version of Jaws that we haven't seen before. It's not the original, like, brooding guy that's like, it's a little bit more like human. It's a more human version of Jaws.
Does he still have metal teeth?
He's not gonna have the metal teeth yet.
So what's the point of calling him Jaws?
He's not gonna have.
Didn't they already do that with Batista?
No, he wasn't Jaws. He was Mr. Hinks. I think that was his name, but he didn't have
No.
metal teeth.
Didn't they already do metal teeth with Batista, or did he have some other?
No,
gimmick?
he had metal thumbnails.
Yeah.
Oh, he had like the razor thumbnail. You're right.
Yeah, he had razor.
He did.
That was
But
a really bad character. That was
But
bad.
it's gonna be like halfway through when he gets the metal teeth. So we're gonna see him as normal, normal before, but then having the metal teeth.
This sounds strangely like X-Men Origins Wolverine.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna. This is going on forever. I'm gonna recap your pitches back to you to make sure I get the gist of what you're pitching. Okay. Brian first. So Brian, your pitch for the movie, starring Daniel Craig, directed by Matthew Vaughn. Blofeld escapes from prison, reassembles Spectre with his new assistant Jaws, played by Tom Hardy, to go back after James Bond. Bond is given the warning by MI6 ahead of time and has to be pulled back in by MI6 to help track him down and bring him back in.
He gets a notification from MI6 5 years later. 5 years later after he broke out.
Blofeld 5 years
After
to
he
escape.
escaped.
No, so it's 5 years later.
So he
that Blofeld escaped. So Blofeld escaped 5 years. 5 years. Okay. It goes directly from when Spectre ended. Blofeld finds a way to escape with new members. These new members break him out.
Okay.
And that's what it goes like 5 years later. Then that's when Bond gets the call.
And that's when Bond gets pulled back in from MI6.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
So it's gonna be
And with MI6. MI6, you're bringing back Ralph Fiennes and Ben Whishaw and all the actors that are in there.
Yes.
Okay, got it. So then, Chance, your Bond movie is he is in retirement with the Léa Seydoux character from the previous film. Escapes from prison. Joseph Gordon-Levitt's version of James Bond after him to kill him as a hired gun, and basically he kills the girlfriend, and then Bond has to kind of.
He's not hired to kill. He didn't hire him to kill James Bond. He hired him to kill his girlfriend because Blofeld, he loves the cat and mouse game. He wants James Bond to come after him because he has a special.
Okay. So he's hired to kill the girlfriend, kills the girlfriend, and then goes after Bond himself.
He's kind of there to drive Bond to him. That's why Bond goes back to MI6 because he's motivated by pure revenge at this point.
Okay. I think I get what each of you are pitching.
So wait, the argument's over, right? We're done.
Yep, argument's over.
Can I tell you who would have been a great Jaws?
Who would have been a good Jaws?
The guy who played the Hound in Game of Thrones.
Oh my God!
That's who I was thinking of.
Oh.
Damn
it! I was thinking either him or I was thinking of the other guy that's with Jon Snow. The wildling.
Christopher Hidjiv, I think that's his name.
Him. I was thinking of either one of those guys, but fucking Tom Hardy came into my mind. God damn it!
He's too short and stocky.
I know.
All right.
That's what fucked me up. That's what fucked me up there. Because I was thinking of like either one of those two Game of Thrones actors. Because they would have been really fucking good. Damn
I
it.
think Rory McLaren, who I think plays the Hound, I think that's his name. He would have been a really good pick because like he's huge. He is huge in real life.
He would have been a fantastic pick.
Yeah.
Fantastic pick. Shit. Okay, you're ruling.
All right,
Aaron.
Okay, so first off, I want to say that was a really great fight. From the fight to the pitches, that was really well done, both of you guys. I'm running your pitches back because I think both of you guys did a good job in your arguments of explaining where you were coming from. I'm running the pitches back through my head and seeing what sounds better. And they're both similar in a lot of ways, which I think is not a bad thing. Sometimes the obvious story you think of is the one that they should go for. You know, I think
Yeah.
Walt should get a second chance to do the character because he wasn't awful in that movie.
Yeah.
Of all the 2 scenes he was in it.
Fair.
Fucking A, man. I mean, he was just. Woo! And I saw the movie in IMAX, mind you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I saw it in the rip-off version my theater has of IMAX.
I waited till it came out on DVD. I didn't even bother going to see that. I saw the Peanuts movie instead that weekend.
Dude!
I saw both.
Bro. Come on, Signor. Come on, Signor.
I think I gotta go with Chance. I think I gotta go with Chance on this.
Again?
Okay, can I tell you? No. Can I tell you where the breaking point is though? Here's the breaking point because
God, bro,
you guys,
really? Fucking knocked out?
No. Here's the breaking point. Okay, and if you disagree with me, you disagree with me. Okay. You both have top-notch. Like you both had top-notch pitches. You both pitched to your director's strengths and pitched a good movie in your arguments. And then you both gave very similar pitches in story, but then obviously when you're adding the style back in of what you were pitching with your director, they come off very differently. Here's my thing, and unfortunately it does come down to the point you were talking about before. When you're talking about we'll call the assistant to Blofeld, you have, again, not the most original, but definitely something we haven't seen in this incarnation of Bond, or something we haven't seen Joseph Gordon-Levitt do in Chance's argument versus in Brian's, and Chance did call this out in the argument, which is why I can say it's valid. It is really a cash-in on the name of Jaws, because if he's a new character Jaws, but which I think is great, I think we should be past just basic sidekicks like what Batista was in Spectre. But if you're throwing the name Jaws on this character and you're putting the teeth in his mouth, but it's not the character that we got before and you're trying to make him something more, then I think it is just a cash in on the character's name. Which is kind of, which to be fair, I also think was the issue with Spectre. Cash in on Blofeld's name.
That was an absolute cash in.
That was a cash in on the name of Blofeld. So it's kind of the same point. So unfortunately, I got to give it to Chance on that. That was a good call.
You know what Brian's point reminded me of?
What?
You guys seen Spider-Man: Homecoming?
Yes.
I hated it.
The part at the end of the movie where like Zendaya was just like, Michelle, congratulations. Oh, you can call me MJ. I'm like, fuck. I literally said that. I'm like, fuck you.
That sucked. I like the movie.
I love that movie, but that part was stupid.
She's not actually Mary Jane.
She's not Mary Jane, but she's MJ.
No, she's MJ.
It's so stupid. It'd be like his buddy. It'd be like his buddy Ned being like, "Oh yeah, you can call me Harry Osborn."
Well, it's Lordy.
All right. So with that, guys. So here's the situation. Unfortunately, as it looks like, it is 3-0 to Chance going into this round. Brian, you got to put the all into this and outplay Chance on this one. If Chance gets the win here, it is a 4-0 knockout for Chance. If Brian gets the point, we do move into the speed round, but he will have to win all 3 questions in order to do it.
Okay.
Oh shit! All right.
Should I go first on this one because Brian went first twice in a row?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna do.
Okay.
But the question is, best Nicolas Cage movie. Chance, you are going first. What is the best Nicolas Cage movie?
First of all, can we just appreciate the national treasure that is Nicolas Cage? He's amazing. So, okay, here's my opening.
That's a pun. You don't know why yet, but it's a pun.
Well, they know why now.
Don't hurt yourself, Brian.
Yeah, exactly. You're still
This
gonna
thing
argue.
isn't worth it.
All right. So, okay, here's my opening. All right, so the Coen brothers had already had a quiet hit in 1984 with Blood Simple, which is an amazing movie. It got great reviews and doubled its budget, which it wasn't. Although it did that, it wasn't really a hit. So then you fast forward to 1987, where they teamed up with one of the biggest up-and-coming stars of the time, Nicolas Cage, to give us a movie that put both of them on the map. This movie is zany, it's hilarious, it's heartfelt, it's got one of Nicolas Cage's best performances. It's everything you would want in a team-up between Nicolas Cage and the Coen brothers.
All right, Brian, go ahead and make your pitch. What is the best Nicolas Cage movie?
Okay, best Nicolas Cage movie is, and he mentioned in my fucking pun. That was the.
I did not mean to do that. I'm sorry.
That was the biggest pun ever, you son of a bitch. And my movie is National Treasure. Now hear me out. National Treasure is a step away from the zaniness that Nicolas Cage has done. It is a Nicolas Cage that we haven't seen, doing his dramatic performances before. He gives such a good dramatic performance in this movie. His character's name is Ben Gates, which if you see it, it's Benjamin Gates. And his whole story is that he wants to try to find out what clue, there is behind the Declaration of Independence. And it sets up this whole game of what treasure lies behind the Declaration of Independence. What were these presidents before hiding, that means so much to people. And not to mention, Sean Bean is in the movie. And and guess what? Sean Bean does not fucking die in the movie.
You see, they couldn't even kill Sean Bean right in that movie.
Hey, we're not in arguments yet.
Sorry, let's keep going. I apologize.
Okay. And not only that, Sean Bean may be like a somewhat mustache-twirly villain, but he's not a mustache-twirly villain. He is he's also a study. He also likes to study about treasures as well. Like Ben Gates. Ben Gates has been doing it since he was a kid. Since his grandfather told him, and even his father before, as well told him. He's been looking for treasure all his life. And once he finds out about this treasure that's behind the Declaration of Independence, he was just like, wow, this could probably change my entire life. This could probably change everybody's lives. And not only that, the supporting cast in that movie. I mean, Diane Kruger as well. I mean, yes, Sean fucking Bean. Sean Bean in the movie. Who doesn't love Sean Bean in this movie? I loved him in this movie as a villain. He was such an incredible villain. And not only that, Justin Bartha as well as like this crazy, paranoid guy. I wouldn't say I would say he's a friend. He's his friend. This crazy like, I'm so nervous, blah 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 blah. But guess what? The interaction between him and the John Bertha's character it fits very, very well. And that's why National Treasure is the best Nicolas Cage performance.
Okay, quick pork crow. Before we go, I want to tell me, if you love Sean Bean so much, can you tell me his character's name?
And I have it up in front of me. I already looked up the movie.
Ian.
That is correct.
Is it Ian? Okay.
That is correct. Ian Howe is the character's name. That's correct.
Because I had to think about it for a second there, because my lord.
All right, I'm mildly impressed. But okay, I want to talk about
5 minutes on the clock.
Okay, so Raising Arizona. This is, like I said, first of all, you want to talk about cast? Let's talk about the cast of Raising Arizona. Aside from Nicolas Cage, you got Holly Hunter, John Goodman, William Forsythe, Randall Cobb, a boxer who is incredible in this movie as a bounty hunter, one of the most memorable bounty hunters in film history. Also, the writing is great. His chemistry with Holly Hunter is off the charts, and like you can really sympathize with this character. Surprisingly, for those of you who don't know, this movie is about an ex-con and a cop who steal a baby. But like these characters like should be the most unlikable in the world, but like you really feel for these people. And also, I want to talk about National Treasure. National Treasure. It's a fun Indiana Jones-ish light movie, but it's just a popcorn movie. And like I would argue, like you want to talk about Nicolas Cage, it's not even his best dramatic performance. You got Leaving Las Vegas, Lord of War, Matchstick Man. He has so many other great performances, including his performance in Raising Arizona, that people will point to and say that's a great Nicolas Cage performance before they look to National Treasure.
But the thing about Nicolas Cage is that yes, Raising Arizona was an incredible performance, and even Lords of War. But guess what? If you want to see a good performance since Lords of War, you got to bring up National Treasure as a.
No, you do not have to bring up National Treasure.
You have to bring up National Treasure as a good performance with Nicolas Cage, because guess what? He brings in a lot of dramatic elements as well.
No, you know what you can bring up instead for a good Nicolas Cage performance after Lord of War? Bad Lieutenant, Kick-Ass, Joe, which came out in 2013. Like this dude has not gone anywhere. Like he has so many bad performances in National Treasure, and like as far as like the movie goes, like,
he does not have bad performances in National
No,
Treasure.
I said good. I said good.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I said he had good performances in National Treasure, and also like you want to talk about like Nicolas Cage popcorn movies. That's not even his best like popcorn dumb movie. Like Face Off is better.
It's a fun popcorn movie. It's a fun popcorn movie.
That's not even his best fun popcorn movie is what I'm saying. The Rock is better. Face Off is better. Con Air is better. Like that's not even the best Nick Cage blockbuster. Kick-Ass is better.
Dude, I mean, you know what? Fuck this. Give Chance to win. Are you
giving up?
Fuck this.
This has been unprecedented, Brian. You still have a thing in this fight. Do you want to give Chance to win?
Bro, I mean, seriously, there's no way you cannot argue about this, man. Raising Arizona is a better fucking movie than National Treasure. It's a better performance than fucking National Treasure. It's a better performance than any other fucking movie that he's ever been in. So guess what? Con Air, fuck that movie. Raising Arizona, fuck that movie. Raising Arizona is better.
Wait, is it good or fuck that movie? Pick one.
It's better than fucking everything.
Are you giving him the win?
Give him the fucking win, bro.
Okay, I guess I win.
All right, and with that, Chance wins the game.
Because guess what? There's no way in hell that I could fucking bring up anything else positive about National Treasure. And guess what? He's just gonna be like, oh, guess what? Raising Arizona is this. Raising Arizona.
All right.
Well, don't pick National Treasure. Pick something else.
You cannot bring up anything else about National Treasure that is actually good or great about it. You can always mention great shit about other performances that he's been in, and even Raising Arizona. You can also include that.
Then why'd you pick National Treasure?
Do you want to pick another movie and fight again, or do you want to just?
No, yeah, I'll pick another movie.
Because no. Here's the deal. Because I can see where he's coming from.
Yeah.
Okay. But here's the thing. Okay. Because technically speaking, yes, Chance would still get the win this round because you did not hit anything back against Raising Arizona.
Exactly.
So, but here's what I'll do. All right, and Chance, if you have an extreme problem with this, that's fine. I won't allow it. But if you allow him, I'll let him pick another movie and make up an argument right here, right now, on the spot. And if it can convince me more than the Raising Arizona argument, then I'll give him the point. We go to the speed round. Because we've never had a situation like this. Chance, if you don't want to allow it, that's fine. But if he can do it, if he can come up on the spot, come up with a more convincing argument, then we'll let him do it.
I'm really tempted to just take the knockout and run. I'll let you go, Brian. Go ahead.
All right.
All right. But here's what I'll do. Chance, how long does he get to how long does he get to fight?
To make his points.
No. Like how long does he get time wise? Like how long are you giving him to make this pitch?
I will give him a solid 30 seconds.
What?
Oh wait, like to like pitch on the spot to like make an argument.
Yeah. Not like speed.
Okay. I misspoke. I'll give him a minute.
All right.
Give him. I'm gonna up that just a little bit. I'll give him a minute 30. You okay with that?
Okay, that's fine.
All right.
All right. So Brian, you have a minute and 30 seconds. Once you have your answer, let me know.
I have it.
Convince me right here, right now. You have it?
Yeah.
All right. Timer
What do you
starts. But yeah, you have to try and hit Raising Arizona. If you're not going to hit Raising Arizona on something, then he gets the point.
All right.
Okay. All right. Time starts when you start speaking.
What do you
The
got?
best Nicolas Cage performance.
Movie. We're talking movie. We're talking movie.
Yeah, movie.
Yeah. Best Nicolas Cage performance is Kick-Ass. Kick-Ass is a fun fucking action movie that is non-stop throughout the entire thing. Aaron Taylor Johnson just gives an incredible main character performance, but guess what? Nicolas Cage as a supporting character, and even being the father to Chloe Grace Moretz, is just such an incredible father figure there for an action ninja, you know, to just be everything, you know. And even when he's just like showing her like, you know, like the gunshots and all this stuff, is just the funniest moments ever. Every single line of dialogue that comes out of Nicolas Cage's movie, line in the movie, is just so freaking perfect. And his death in the movie is just so heartbreaking, and you feel so bad for Chloe Grace Moretz, because guess what? Now she has to be like fathered by a bodyguard, you know. And in the second movie, I mean, and not only that, the direction of it is just so freaking unbelievable. And guess who directed it? Matthew Vaughn. Matthew Vaughn directed it. And it's just so incredibly directed, so incredibly acted, so incredibly, the action sequences are far from fucking perfect. And Raising Arizona, yes, maybe a great movie, but it's not better than freaking Kick-Ass. Raising Arizona, yes, dramatic performances are amazing, but guess what? Kick-Ass is the movie that you're gonna remember than Raising Arizona.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, I'm not kidding you, damn it. I'm not kidding you at all. You're gonna remember Kick-Ass a lot more than freaking Raising Arizona. Raising Arizona is a far from perfect movie, but guess what? Kick-Ass is a much better, fun, action, entertaining movie than Raising Arizona. You're going to remember Kick-Ass 10, 15, 20 years down the road. And even when your kids are asking you about what is this movie about, you're going to tell them, "Oh my god, you're going to love this movie." And guess what? It has such a fantastic, incredible performance by Nicolas fucking Cage. And who doesn't want to have Nicolas Cage as a t-shirt? I don't want to have him as a t-shirt. Really, I do. You know, and which character do I want to have Nicolas' performance? I really want to have his performance over every other performances that he's done. He is better than Raising Arizona. He's better than Lords of War. He's better than any other performances that he's done. He's better than Con Air. Seriously, better than Con Air. It is one of the best movies that he's ever done. Period.
So do I fight that point and go to closing, or is that it?
I'm thinking.
Come on, man. I gave you the shot for a win. You picked Kick-Ass.
I'll give you each a closing. Chance goes first.
Closing. Okay.
You each get a closing. Chance goes first.
So you want to talk about what's going to get remembered? People will remember Raising Arizona far more than they'll remember Kick-Ass. Remember Nicolas Cage because they took a guy who was a criminal who kidnapped a baby, and you feel for him. You feel for a guy who you shouldn't care for, and like that's a really incredible achievement from Nicolas Cage. It was a big hit, grossing based on a $6 million budget. Has a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 31 on the AFI list, the top 100 greatest comedies of all time. This will be regarded as Nicolas Cage's crowning achievement far more times than Kick-Ass ever will.
Okay, you really want to care for an ex-cop and an ex-con caring about a baby?
You don't, but they make you. That's why it's so good.
You really want to care about that? You really want to care for Nicolas Cage being a father figure to Chloe Grace Moretz? You really want to care about that? And
he's a father figure in my movie too.
He's barely a father figure. Give me a break. He's barely a father figure. He was with Chloe Grace Moretz throughout the entire fucking movie. And guess what? And even when he turns into a superhero, he turns into a completely badass motherfucker. And guess what? Nobody wants to fuck with Nicolas Cage. And even when he's fighting in like the office, in like the office scene at the end of the movie, I mean, holy crap! That is the best freaking action scenes by Nicolas Cage. Holy shit!
When was he fighting in an office?
What the fuck? Hold on.
I think you mean the warehouse.
The warehouse. There we go. My bad. When he's
fighting, can't be that memorable. You can't remember.
When he's fighting in the warehouse, I mean, holy shit! That's the best Nicolas performance ever known to man. That's better than Raising Arizona, being an ex-con and being an ex-motherfucker. That is the best Nicolas Cage you have ever seen in your life.
I'm so glad Nicolas Cage got over that motherfucking addiction. Good for him.
I know, right? I'm so glad he stopped being a motherfucker.
As someone with a mother, I appreciate that, Nick.
I do not envy you in this. I do not envy you in this choice.
Jesus. Okay, my conscience at least feels clear that I gave Brian the chance to fight it out because I think he did do a much better job the second time around.
No, he did. I'll give him that one.
That's not to take anything away from his National Treasure fight. He was holding up well enough there.
He was
more confident in Kick-Ass, clearly. I still think Chance gets it. I still think Chance did a better argument.
I brought a rewatchability, mind you.
Arizona's rewatchable.
Dude, it is a lot more rewatchable than freaking Raising Arizona.
I disagree.
It's a lot more rewatchable than Raising Arizona.
We're done arguing, so I'm not gonna spend time on this.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Brian. I still think Chance gets it.
That's bullshit. I call controversy.
Overall, he gave a better argument.
I call controversy on that one.
Controversy.
There's
controversy all over this match, but yeah, unfortunately, I think I gotta give it to Chance.
Dude, that is bullshit. That is bullshit.
Good game, Brian. Good game.
Look,
that is bullshit. Because you gave me a last chance on that. I poured my fucking heart and soul out for fucking Kick-Ass.
Right, but I still think that Chance overall gave a better argument. Nothing away from your argument. I just think Chance had an overall better argument.
You still didn't pick the best Nick Cage popcorn movie. Why did you pick The Rock?
Look. If this match goes out and there's like a disagreement against me, maybe something will have to be done about that because this was a controversial round, definitely. But for now, I'm sticking by my decision. I give Chance the point. Chance gets the knockout in this match. Yeah, unfortunately, I gotta stick with it. So we'll go ahead and start with you, Brian. This should be interesting one. Thoughts on the match?
Anger.
Fuck you, Ron. Fuck you. This is bullshit. It is bullshit. The whole fucking thing is bullshit.
All right. Chance, any thoughts on the match?
I do not envy you in this decision, Aaron. I thought competitor, and I hope you keep going with this because hey, man, you got passion, and that counts for something. So keep at it. I would like to see Brian versus Sabras.
That's my idea.
Oh, that's
We
gonna be
will-
a win for me, motherfuckers. That's gonna be a win for me. I'll tell you that much.
We will see how the future goes here. Brian, where can people find you on the internet?
Twitter, Instagram, damn you, Brian, and I'm on Facebook. Look me up on Facebook. I'm an admin on Schmoville and Movie Trivia Schmodown page.
All right, Chance, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Facebook at Chance Ellison. The Movie Trivia Schmodown Fan Reaction League, which Aaron, you're a part of. Brian, I'm not sure if you are or not.
No, I'm a part of it, but I haven't competed in it. I don't know
Okay,
why.
well, yeah. Movie Trivia Schmodown Fan Reaction League. Join. You guys find me on Twitter and Instagram at ChanceWars91. Also, I want to plug There Will Be Trivia, which I am a competitor in.
I am also a competitor, and as is Brian.
Same here. Same here.
There's your free plug, Henry. Don't bitch at me. Didn't even have to show up, and the man got a plug.
Right.
Thank you guys for watching this match. I will definitely say there is some controversy at the end of this match, and I'm interested to see what the reaction from the viewers are. You guys can follow me on Instagram, and for Brian, you can direct your hate messages to me at Aaron T. Canola on Instagram. If you guys are not subscribed to the channel, please definitely subscribe. All the matches are uploaded here, so it's the only way you're going to see them consistently come up. And if you guys are not a part of the Movie Battleground Facebook page, please join. We're not really planning on having any more debut matches than people that we already have lined up to have their debuts, but we're definitely looking for people to put on a list when we start bringing in new matches after the tournament next year to have some names ready to go and give people their debuts. And the only way you can get on the debut list is if you're a part of the group. But yeah, there, every once in a while we have discussions. We just announced a whole ton of changes and additions we're making to the league. We just added a new admin in Linus Babcock. We just added, we're doing a little more with team stuff in the future. We have some specialty matches coming up, horror match, Star Wars, DC, Marvel, all sorts of cool matches coming up. So if you guys definitely want to get involved with that and get all the exclusive little bits, join that Facebook page. That's Movie Battleground on Facebook. For the competitors, Brian and Chance, for all the other admins, Evan DeGraff, Matt Beer, Subrath Sharma, and Linus Babcock, my name is Aaron Canola. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time on the Movie Battleground.